Have you ever had one of those shopping experiences online that just felt perfect? Almost like the brand was reading your mind, showing you exactly what you needed right when you needed it? It can feel like magic, for sure. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you the brilliant master plan that makes it all happen. So, to see how this all really works in practice, let's follow a story. This is Chloe, and we're going to see this entire process through her eyes. Now, Chloe has a problem that I think a lot of us can relate to. She's searching for a good solution for her dry skin. She's not just randomly browsing, she's actively on a mission. And that intent right there is the very first signal she's sending out into the digital world. And then, almost as if on cue, she's scrolling through her social feed and bam, an ad pops up for a brand called Ageless Beauty. The timing feels almost too good to be true. This is the first critical touch point of her journey. So she's curious, she clicks on the ad, but instead of just landing on a boring product page, the website invites her to take a quick skin quiz. It's smart, right? It asks about her skin type, her main concerns, her goals, and with every answer, she's handing the brand a perfect blueprint of exactly what she needs. The second she hits submit on that quiz, an email lands in her inbox. And this is not some generic, thanks for signing up email. No way. It's totally personalized. It uses her name, it mentions her goal of hydration, and it immediately rewards her with a discount. The brand just turned her data into a real conversation, and that makes a huge first impression. All right, so she's convinced. She makes the purchase. But for this brand, the journey is far from over. A day or two later, another email arrives. And notice, this one isn't selling anything new. It's helping. It's giving her tips on how to get the most out of the product she just bought. The brand is shifting from just a seller to a trusted expert. Now, let's fast forward a few weeks. The system has been doing some quick math in the background, figuring out the average time it takes to use up her product. And right on schedule, a friendly reminder appears. See, it's not a random guess. It's a data-driven nudge that makes her life easier and keeps her in their ecosystem. And here it is, the final touch. On her birthday, she gets a special offer. This is the moment that really seals the deal. It's a purely emotional touch point that costs the brand next to nothing, but transforms Chloe from just a customer into a loyal, raving fan. She feels genuinely seen. So when you look back at Chloe's entire journey, every single step felt so personal, so seamless, so helpful. Was she just the luckiest shopper on the internet that day? Or was every single one of those interactions part of a meticulously designed system? Okay, let's dive into how it's done. The answer, of course, is that it was a master plan. No luck involved. And the blueprint for a plan this perfect starts with one fundamental principle. You have to know your customer. It all comes down to data. The core technique they use is called customer segmentation. It sounds a little technical, but the idea is actually super simple. Instead of treating every single customer the exact same way, you divide them into smaller groups based on what they have in common. You know, like how they behave or what they like. So let's connect this back to Chloe. How did the Ageless Beauty system actually see her? Well, when she first clicked the ad, she was just a potential customer. After she took the quiz, she was put into the dry skin concern segment. The moment she bought something, boom, she's now a first-time buyer. Every action she took sorted her into a smarter, more specific group. So when a brand looks at its audience, it doesn't just see one giant list of names. It sees something like this, a whole ecosystem of different groups. You've got your brand new buyers who need a warm welcome, your loyal repeat customers who deserve a reward, and maybe even some at-risk customers who need a little nudge to stick around. This is the secret to personalizing at scale. Okay, so once you have all these different customer segments, what do you actually do with them? Well, this is where we go from data collection to real dialogue. The goal is to craft a perfect conversation that runs on automation but feels deeply, deeply personal. This quote from their internal strategy document says it all. The whole point of their automation isn't just to send more emails. It's to nurture leads and increase retention. It's all about building that relationship over time, automatically. Let's take a classic example, the abandoned cart. What if Chloe had added a product but then got distracted? She would have been dropped into this automated 3-step flow. First, a gentle reminder. If that doesn't work, the next email comes with social proof. Tons of great reviews to build her confidence. And if she still doesn't buy, they make one last effort with a small, time-sensitive offer to create a little urgency. It's an escalating, psychologically smart sequence. But let's be real, a truly great customer experience today can't just live in an email inbox. To feel truly seamless, it has to stretch across every platform the customer uses. That brings us to the next level, going beyond the inbox. A really smart brand knows to use different channels for different jobs. Email is perfect for that longer form, relationship building stuff, like the product tips Chloe got. But SMS, that's all about urgency, things like flash sales or restock alerts. Using the right channel for the right message is key to being helpful instead of just being annoying. So how does a brand actually make all this work? Well, here's a peek at the engine room. You have different tools doing different jobs, a CRM to hold the customer data, a platform for email and SMS, and so on. But the real magic, the secret weapon, is the automation tool that acts as the glue, connecting everything. The power isn't in any one tool. It's in making them all talk to each other to create one single intelligent system. And all of this, the data, the segments, the automations, the different channels, it's all working together for one ultimate goal. It's all about creating what feels like a one-to-one relationship with every single customer. That one-to-one feeling is built from all these little pieces. The skin quiz results are used to give personalized product recommendations. Special VIP tiers make the best customers feel like insiders. And of course, the birthday rewards, like the one Chloe got, are the perfect way to make a customer feel like an individual, not just another number in a database. And that's the North Star. That's the end game, one-to-one. To make every single person out of thousands or even millions of customers feel like they are having a unique and personal conversation with the brand. That's the pinnacle. Which brings us to a final, really fascinating question. Chloe's experience was fantastic, and it was powered by data she willingly shared. But as this technology gets smarter and brands are able to learn even more about us, what does the perfect customer experience of the future look like? And where do we as consumers draw the line between perfectly helpful and just a little too personal? That's something to think about.